Hello students, I Amol Sharma once again welcome you all in DSCJ's Home Classes, a digital initiative by Directorate of School Education. Students, topic that we are going to study today is verb and its use. Today I would like to introduce you to one of the most important part of grammar, that is verb. It is one of the most important things of grammar. Students, although the topic that we are studying is very vast, but I have confined it for classes 8th through 10th. But students of all other classes can have advantage of it, as I have already told you that it is one of the most important things of grammar. Students, this topic is going to be very helpful to all of you. So let us study today's topic, that is verb. So first of all, what verb is? So verbs are the words in a sentence that indicate an action, a state of being, or an existence. Or simply you can say that a word that expresses an action or a state or an existence is called as verb. Means any word in a sentence which tells us about the action or state or existence. मतलब कि कोई भी वर्ड जो एक सेंटेंस में जो हमें बता रहा हो कि ये एक्शन हो रहा है या किसी स्टेट में है या कोई एग्जिस्टेंस बता रहा होगा, तो देन दैट वर्ड इज कॉल्ड एज वर्ब. So in order to demonstrate, let us take an example. In this slide I have a picture of child. Now let us understand what the verb is. I will use the child in different sentences and each sentence contains a verb. Now there are some pictures of children, but let us take the example one by one. In first picture, a child is running. Mean action is being performed by this child. So what this child is doing? This child is running. मीन कुछ एक्शन ये कर रहा है. वो एक्शन क्या है कि वो भाग रहा है. तो वो जो भागना, वो जो रन करना है, दैट इज द वर्ब. In second picture, a child is going to school. So again some action is being shown by this child, that is he is going to school. तो इसका स्कूल को जाना, तो ये जाना जो है, going जो है, this word is the verb. A child is sleeping. Again in third picture, this child is in some state that he is sleeping. So again he is showing he is doing some work, showing some action, that is sleeping. So this sleeping word is the verb. So from these examples we can conclude that any word in a sentence which shows action, that is the verb. So running, going, sleeping, all these highlighted words are the verbs. Now look at the following sentences. The underlined words are verbs. In each sentence some words are being underlined and these underlined words are the verbs. Nishant swims in the swimming pool every day. Mean Nishant is doing some action and what that action is, that is swim. वो तैरता है तो वो तैरना उसका काम हो गया, कुछ एक्शन हो गया, तो that action word is the verb. So swim is the verb. The water is cold. In this sentence some state is being shown, that is some state is being told of water, that water is cold. So this word cold, it is showing the state of water, so it is the verb. The great pyramids are in Egypt. Means in this sentence it has told to us that where do great pyramid exist. So where do they exist? They are in Egypt. So are in, these words tell us their existence, so these are the verb. I think it's nice. So again some feeling is being told about the it. What it is, it could be a book, it could be a picture, it could be a building, anything it could be. So about that we have some feeling, this I have some feeling, and that feeling is the nice. So again it is a verb. So action, state, existence, feeling in the sentence tells us the verb. John writes a letter. Again John is doing some action, that action is the write, so this is the verb. Kavita is singing a song. Again Kavita is showing some action, that she is singing, so this singing word is verb. मीन सेंटेंस में कोई भी वर्ड जो एक्शन, स्टेट, एग्जिस्टेंस, फीलिंग बताएगा कि कोई एक्शन हो रहा है, दैट वर्ड विल बी द वर्ब. Now we have different types of verb. Now very first type is the main verb and second is the auxiliary verb, also called as helping verbs. Now what main verb is? All the verbs which express action are the main verbs. जो word action बताएगा किसी sentence में, that is the main verb. I go to school daily. So which is the main verb? Which word is showing action? That is go. So go is the main verb. शी लव्स टू रीड स्टोरी बुक्स, तो मतलब वो स्टोरी बुक्स को क्या करना पसंद करती है, पढ़ना। तो मतलब यहाँ पे एक्शन क्या है, रीड, तो दिस टू रीड इज द मेन वर्ब। They play a cricket match. Again, some action is being shown here by them. That is, they like to play, they play. So this play is the verb. Now, main verbs is of further it is of different types. That is a finite verb and non-finite verb. That we will study in separate topic. But for the time being, we will study, as I have already told you, that this topic is confined for class 8 to 8th, particularly 8th. So we will not go further in this the further types. We will study them in different topic. But now, according to their uses, main verbs are classified as transitive and intransitive verb. Now, transitive and intransitive, it is very important topic and it is very a little bit confusing, so you need to pay more attention towards this topic. Now, a verb can be described as transitive or intransitive on whether it requires an object to express a complete thought or not. Means a transitive verb is on that is and that only makes sense if it exerts its action on an object. An intransitive verb will not make sense without one. Mean will not transitive verb needs verb to make it sense, but intransitive verb need not any object. Transitive verb needs some object to complete its sense, but intransitive verbs, they do not need any object. They are complete without object, they show complete sense. So you can say that, I mean, the main difference lying between the transitive and intransitive verb is the is of the object. It is about the object. If there is object, then it is the transitive verb, and if there is no object, then it is the transitive verb. A better word to associate when you see transitive is transfer. Mean a transitive word needs to transfer its action to someone or something, that is an object. मीन्स अगर आपको ये कंसेप्ट हो जाए, आपने ये चीज एक माइंड में रखनी है कि अगर वर्ब में वहां पे सेंटेंस में वर्ब के साथ अगर ऑब्जेक्ट दिया हुआ है, देन दैट इज द ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब, और अगर ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं दिया हुआ है तो वो क्या होगा, इनट्रांजिटिव वर्ब. Transitive verbs are not just verbs that can take an object, they demand object. Without an object to affect the sentence that a transitive verb inhabits will not seem complete. तो ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब जो है वो बिना ऑब्जेक्ट के कंप्लीट नहीं होता है. नो लेट्स टेक एन एग्जांपल. फॉर एग्जांपल, आई से प्लीज ब्रिंग कॉफी. मीन सम एक्शन इज बीइंग परफॉर्म, दैट इज ब्रिंग, मतलब उसको कोई चीज लानी है. क्या लाना है, कॉफी. मतलब ब्रिंग इज द वर्ब एंड टू व्हाट इज टू ब्रिंग, दैट इज द कॉफी. सो कॉफी इज द ऑब्जेक्ट. If I simply say please bring, no, it is an incomplete sense. It does not have complete sense. Mean to what bring or to whom bring, कि क्या लाना है, क्या नहीं, किसको लाना है. तो इसलिए मुझे वहां पे bring के साथ ऑब्जेक्ट को लगाना पड़ा, तो in order to complete its sense. So this bring is the transitive verb. तो क्वेश्चन जो है वो bring जो ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब की बात करें तो वो डिमांड करता है कि वो ऑब्जेक्ट वहां पे होना चाहिए. बिना ऑब्जेक्ट के उसकी सेंस जो है वो कंप्लीट नहीं होगी. Now we have some other examples. Arnav reads newspaper. Now Arnav reads what, that is newspaper. So again object is here, so this verb is the transitive verb. He sang a song. He sang is the verb. What did he sing, that is a song. Again a verb, object is there, so it is a transitive verb. Deepak wrote many articles. Again object is here, so wrote is the transitive verb. She loves rainbows. So rainbow is the object, so love is the transitive verb. Now intransitive verb. Intransitive verbs are those which do not take any object. I already told you that these verbs do not transfer their action to anyone, to anything. That is, they do not require any object to complete their sense. Without object, they have their sense complete. Like the baby is crying aloud. बेबी जोर जोर से चिल्ला रहा है, रो रहा है. तो रो रहा है तो किस पे रो रहा है तो वो जरूरी नहीं है, हमें इतनी ही बात से क्लियर सेंस कंप्लीट हो गई कि बेबी रो रहा है. सो यू डू नॉट नीड एनी ऑब्जेक्ट टू कंप्लीट इट सेंस. सो दिस क्राइंग और इज क्राइंग इज द इंट्रांजिटिव वर्ब. सडनली द चाइल्ड वोक अप. एकदम चाइल्ड उठ गया. तो दिस वोक इज द intransitive verb. it does not require any object. So intransitive verb does not require any object to complete its sense. But in some cases, transitive verbs can be used as intransitively, or intransitive verb can be used as transitive, that is vice versa. We can use some verbs in both our sentences, in both forms. She sang a nice song. Here in this part, sang is the verb and what is the object, that is the nice song. उसने गाया एक अच्छा गाना. तो एक अच्छा गाना गाया, तो अच्छा गाना जो है, this song is the object and sang is the verb. So here both object is and verb is there, so this sang is the transitive verb. But in another part, she sang melodiously. उसने अच्छा गाना गाया. So again the sense is complete and it does not require any object. So this is the intransitive verb. In another sentence, he wrote many books. And in other second part, he wrote very swiftly. Mean in second thing, in second sentence, वह बड़ी तेजी से लिखता है. No object is here, so it is intransitive. And in first, many books, books is being here written here, so books are the objects. So wrote is the, in first part, wrote is the transitive verb, and in second part it is intransitive verb. So we can conclude that if the verb have the object to complete its sense, then that verb is the transitive verb, and if does not require any object to complete its sense, then it is the intransitive verb. तो आपको मेन चीज जो आपने दिमाग में रखनी है, जो अपने माइंड में रखनी है, वो क्या है कि ऑब्जेक्ट को लेके चलना है आपने, कि अगर वर्ब के साथ ऑब्जेक्ट है तो इट इज द ट्रांजिटिव, और अगर नहीं है तो इट इज द इनट्रांजिटिव वर्ब. Now let's take some examples of the transitive as well as intransitive verb. We have number of examples. I waited for an hour. I waited. Waited किसका वेट किया, यहाँ पे नहीं लिखा हुआ, ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं है, तो सिंपली ये waited जो है इट इज द intransitive verb. I received your letter in the morning. So I received is the verb. What did I receive? I received your letter. Again, object is here, so receive is the transitive verb. John writes a letter. So object, again object, a letter is here, so it is the transitive verb. He has changed a lot since he got married. तो वो शादी के बाद बड़ा बदल गया है. तो बदलाव किस में है, वो यहाँ पे नहीं दिया, ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं दिया हुआ है, तो अगेन दिस चेंज इज द intransitive verb. Suddenly the child woke up. The loud noise woke me. In first sentence, no object is after the woke, it is intransitive, and in second sentence, there is me after the woke, that is object is after the verb. So in second part, it is the transitive verb. So number of examples are there. In case if there is the object, then it is the transitive verb, and if there is no object, then it is the intransitive verb. After that, we have second type of verb, that is the auxiliary verb, or you simply can say that helping verb. Now, auxiliary verbs helps the main verb. With these auxiliary verbs, you can write the sentence in different tenses, moods, or voices. Mean they just help the main verb. They are used along with the main verb to show the tense or the voice or the moods. They further are two types, that is the primary auxiliaries, also called as non-modal verbs, and it is the modal verb, or simply modals. Now, what primary auxiliaries are? Verbs like is, are, am, was, were, do, does, did, have, has, etc. They are used with the ordinary, or you can say that main verb, to form the tense. Passive voice, questions, or negative sentences. They just help the main verb to show that which tense it is, or what kind of sentence it is, to form the negative sentences or to form the questions. Radha does not trust Krishna. Here the verb is trust. Now, in order to make this sentence negative, we require does not. So this does is only helping in making this sentence negative. So it is used along the main verb, that is the trust. So this is used, this is helping the main verb. So it is the primary auxiliary, that is the helping verb. They have worked for an hour. So worked, here worked is the main verb. So, but this have, it is showing that it is the present perfect tense. So it is just helping to show us that it is the present perfect tense. It is not the main verb, it is helping him. So it is the modal auxiliary, or you can, sorry, it is the primary auxiliary, that is the auxiliary verb. Second type is the modal verbs or the modals. Now the modal verbs are like can, could, might, will, shall, would, should, etc. They are used with the main verbs to form sentence expressing permissions, orders, obligation, requests, etc. Mean they are just help to show that whether what kind of sentence, that is, it is just, you can say that They make the sentence imperative sentences like that of they showing up. They help in sentence expressing permission, order, obligation, or request. I would like to watch the movie again. So here watch is the main verb. But this would is suggesting us, this would is telling us that that I is showing his preference. यहाँ पे would जो है वो preference बता रहा है, main verb को help कर रहा है preference बताने के लिए. So it is the modal verb, that is the auxiliary verb. We ought to love our parents, that our pets. So we ought to, this ought to, you can say that this word is showing some obligations or some moral duties. So love is the main verb. So it is just helping love to show the obligation. So it is the auxiliary verb, or you can say that it is the modal or auxiliary verb. So these are the kinds of the verb, that is the main verb and the auxiliary verb. आई होप कि आपको ये क्लियर हो गया होगा कि ट्रांजिटिव इंट्रांजिटिव वर्ब क्या होते हैं या ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब्स क्या होते हैं. तो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो वर्ब उसकी काइंड्स जो हैं एज आई हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड विद यू. नाउ मूव टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट, दैट इज द कंजुगेशन ऑफ वर्ब. It is also one of the important topic of the verb. Conjugation is the way a verb changes to show person, number, tense, and mood. To conjugate a verb means to give its three principal forms. Conjugating verb essentially means altering them into different forms to provide the context. If we regard verb as the action part of the speech, then conjugation alters verb to tell us who is doing the action and when this action takes place. Meaning you can say that it is just to make it or to divide it or to express it in the main three principal forms. To conjugate a verb means to give its three principal forms, that is present, past and past participle. जो आप कहते हो कि three forms of the verb. To make the verb into three forms, that is the conjugation of verb. अब यहाँ पे हम एक चीज और देखते हैं कि if the past or the past participle is formed from the present tense by changing the vowel of verb as take, took, taken, or do, did, done, then the verb is said to be strong verb. Now, if the past, that is the second and third form, is formed by changing the vowel of the present, that is the first form, then that is the strong verb. मतलब कि अगर आप past या past participle जो है वो present की जो form है उसका आप सिर्फ vowel change करके नई forms बनाते हो तो उसे हम कहेंगे strong verb. Like take, took, taken. तो take में e को हमने o कर दिया, e कर दिया, तो हम verb को vowel को change कर रहे हैं. Vowels क्या होते हैं? a, e, i, o, u. These five words are the vowels. तो vowel को change करके अगर आप verb की past और past participle बनाते हो, then that verb is the strong verb. And if the verb require the addition of ed, d, or t to form their past and past participle, then they are the weak verbs. Like finish, finished, finished. So here we have added ed. Die, died, died. We have added d here. Build, built, built. So we have added t in past and past participle forms. So these are the weak verbs. तो यहां तक हो गया फर्स्ट पार्ट वर्ब टॉपिक का. अब हम नेक्स्ट पार्ट की तरफ चलते हैं, दैट इज द सब्जेक्ट वर्ब एग्रीमेंट. Now this subject verb agreement is very exciting topic and one of the most important topic of the subject of the verb. What does this topic mean? It means the verb should agree with the subject in number, that is whether the subject is singular or plural, and person means whether it is first person or second person or third person. You can simply say that the subject and verb must agree in number and person. It means that if they both need to be singular or both need to be plural. A simple subject verb agreement definition implies that subject of the sentence and verb of the sentence must be in agreement with each other in number as well as in person. मतलब कि जो subject है that should, verb जो हम use करेंगे that should be according to the subject. मीन्स अगर सब्जेक्ट हमारा सिंगुलर प्लूरल है तो वर्ब भी उसके अकॉर्डिंग होना चाहिए. हमें देखना है कि सब्जेक्ट फर्स्ट पर्सन है, सेकंड पर्सन है या थर्ड पर्सन है, उसी के अकॉर्डिंग हम वर्ब यूज करेंगे बिकॉज दे शुड बी इन एग्रीमेंट विद ईच अदर. नाउ हियर वी हैव सम रूल्स फॉर दिस. So these rules must be kept in mind because they are going to be very helpful, very important rules. So very first rule is a verb agree with its subject in number. That is a singular subject takes a singular verb whereas a plural subject takes a plural verb. So a verb must agree with the subject. आपको अभी पहले बताया अगर हमारे पास अगर सिंगुलर सब्जेक्ट है तो वर्ब भी सिंगुलर होगा. इफ द सब्जेक्ट इज प्लूरल देन वर्ब मस्ट बी प्लूरल. Now let's take some examples. The car stays in the garage. Now here car is the singular. We do not have the cars. Cars is the plural. So here car is the singular. So verb used will be singular. That is stays. Now you have to keep one thing in mind that by adding s or es to noun they become plural. But by adding s or es to verb they become singular. आप लोगों ने अर्लियर क्लासेस में पढ़ा होगा कि अगर हम किसी भी नाउन के साथ हम एस या ईएस लगाते हैं वो प्लूरल हो जाता है. जैसे बॉय का बॉयज, बस का बसेस, तो एस या ईएस लगाने पे वो प्लूरल हो गए. लेकिन वर्ब के केस में क्या है कि अगर हम वर्ब के साथ एस या ईएस लगाते हैं तो वो क्या हो जाता है, सिंगुलर. तो ये बड़ी ही इंपॉर्टेंट बात है अब कि आपको ये बात याद रखनी है कि वर्ब सिंगुलर जो है वो एस या ईएस लगाने पर सिंगुलर हो जाता है, वो प्लूरल नहीं रहता है. The flower smells good. Again, flower is the singular, so smells s. So it is the singular verb. We go to school daily. We is plural, so verb is plural, that is go, not goes. Ravi eats food. Ravi is singular, so eats. Again, it is the singular verb. Students play in crowd. Students plural, play is plural. So we require singular verb for singular subject and plural verb for plural subject. Now, rule number 2. If two subjects are joined by and they typically require a plural verb form. अगर दो सब्जेक्ट के बीच में and है तो वहां पे verb जो है वो plural होगा. And one thing more, they both subjects, they both noun should be different. वो एक ही नहीं होने चाहिए, वो अलग अलग पर्सन को स्पेसिफाई करने होने चाहिए. जैसे राकेश एंड रवि आर गोइंग टू मार्केट. नाउ राकेश एंड रवि आर टू पर्सन्स, so here they are plural, so verb is plural. He and his friend, again we are using and between he and his friend. Now they have become two, they are plural, so verb is the plural. Cows and horses are grazing in field. Again cows and horses, they are plural and being joined by and, so it is the plural verb, that is the are. But rule number 3 is the verb is singular if two subjects separated by and refer to the same person or a thing as a whole. रूल नंबर 2 में हमने देखा कि अगर एंड है तो वहां पे वर्ब प्लूरल आएगा. लेकिन रूल नंबर 3 कहता है कि अगर एंड है और वो एंड जिनके बीच में लगा हुआ है वो दोनों पर्सन्स या दोनों थिंग्स अगर एज ए होल वो एक ही चीज में को रेफर करते हैं या एक ही पर्सन को रेफर करते हैं, देन द वर्ब यूज्ड मस्ट बी सिंगुलर. Now let's take some examples. Bread and butter is my daily breakfast. Now both bread and butter, they both refer to the same thing, that is my breakfast. So breakfast is singular as they both are specifying to the same thing. So we use the singular verb. ब्रेड और बटर ये दोनों एक ही चीज के बारे में बता रहे हैं. वो किसके बारे में बता रहे हैं? ब्रेकफास्ट में. तो हमने एंड को आपको बताया कि अगर एंड दो सब्जेक्ट के बीच में और वो दोनों एक ही चीज को रेफर कर रहे हैं तो वर्ब क्या होगा? सिंगुलर. देयर इज नॉट आर. ब्रेड एंड बटर आर माई डेली ब्रेकफास्ट, ये गलत है, तो आर नहीं लगेगा, यहाँ पे क्या आएगा? इज. माई अंकल एंड हैंडीमैन इज वेरी स्किल्ड एट रिपेयरिंग थिंग्स. मीन माई अंकल एंड हैंडीमैन मीन द पर्सन हु इज माई अंकल, ही इज द हैंडीमैन. मीन हैंडीमैन एंड माई अंकल मीन माई अंकल इज द हैंडीमैन. सो बोथ आर द सेम, so the verb is singular. In third sentence, the owner and the manager of the store is very friendly. The person who is owner, he is also the manager. Mean they both are the same persons. So the verb used is. If it is like that, the owner and the manager of the store is it is like that, the owner and the manager. अगर हमने यहाँ पे दो आर्टिकल यूज किए हैं, टू आर्टिकल्स, द ओनर एंड द मैनेजर, देन दे बोथ रेफर टू द टू डिफरेंट पर्सन्स, देन देयर शुड बी आर. But since it is the owner and manager, here both are referring to the same person, so the verb used is, that is singular. Red beans and rice is my favorite dish. And they both are referring to the same thing, that is the dish, so the verb used is singular. तो मतलब आपने एक चीज ध्यान में रखनी है कि अगर एंड बीच में लगा हुआ है सब्जेक्ट के और वो अगर एक ही चीज को बता रहे हैं या एक ही पर्सन को रेफर कर रहे हैं तब आप सिंगुलर वर्ब यूज करेंगे, अदरवाइज आपने प्लूरल वर्ब यूज करना है. Rule number 4. When two subjects are joined by either are or neither nor of different person, the verb will agree in person and number with the noun nearest to it. Nearest to it mean if you are using either and or neither and nor, then the person, or you can say the subject which is near to the verb will be agree to that very subject. The verb will agree to the subject which is near to it. If it is singular, the verb will be singular, and if it is plural, the verb will be plural. Either you or your friends have done this work. So here in this sentence we have two subjects, you and your friends. Now near the verb is the friends. So since friends is plural, so the verb will be plural, that is have. Otherwise for you can use has and अगर यहाँ पे friend होता तो आप यहाँ पे has use करते, क्योंकि आपने किसको देखना है, जो second वाला subject है. हमारे पास दो subject हैं, you और friends. तो जो सेकंड वाला है जो वर्ब के पास है, आपने उसे देखना है कि वो सिंगुलर है कि प्लूरल है. अगर उसके पास वाला सब्जेक्ट सिंगुलर है तो वर्ब सिंगुलर होगा, अगर उसके पास वाला सब्जेक्ट प्लूरल है तो वर्ब क्या होगा, प्लूरल. Neither his brother nor his sister is graduate. So again the second subject, that is which is near to the verb, is singular, so the verb is singular. Either he or his friends have broken this window. Mean near the verb we have plural subject, so the verb will be plural. Rule number 5, the two singular subjects connected by or either or neither nor not only but also require a singular verb. अगर either or neither nor अगर इनके ये हमने singular sentence noun के साथ जोड़े हुए हैं तो verb तो वो singular ही होगा. Either Jessica or Christian is to blame. Both are singular, Jessica and Christian, so the verb is singular. My aunt or my uncle is arriving by train today. So my aunt and my uncle both are singular and they are joined by or, so the verb is singular, as since they both the subjects are singular. Neither Sunita nor Sima is available. Again, both the subjects are singular, joined by neither nor, so the verb is singular. Not only Ravi but Sohan is also to blame. Again, not only but also is used, and the both the subjects are singular, so the verb used is singular. Rule number 6, when two subjects are separated from the verb by such words like along with, as well as, besides, the verb agrees with the subject away from it. अब पिछले रूल में हमने देखा कि if there is neither nor or either or, then the verb agrees with the subject near to it. But in case in rule number 6, what it is if there is along with, as well as, besides, the verb will agree with the subject away from it. Either or neither nor के केस में हम जो verb के पास वाला subject देखेंगे और along with, as well as, besides में verb से दूर वाला subject देखेंगे. The politician along with the newsman is expected shortly. So here we have two subjects, one is the politician and another is the newsman. Newsman is plural, politician is singular. So along with is there, so the verb will be according to the subject which is away from the verb, that is the politician. If it is singular, the verb used is singular, and if it had been plural, then verb would have been plural. Excitement as well as nervousness is the cause of her shaking. Again, it should be the verb, that is or are. It should be according to the first subject, that is excitement, so it is the singular. King along with his sons was riding the horse. Again we have two subjects, one is king and another is the sons, but since there is along with, so verb will agree with the subject which is away from it, that is with the king. Since king is singular, so verb is singular. Then rule number 7, indefinite pronouns like everyone, each one, someone, somebody, nobody, no one, anyone, the verbs are always singular. For these words you have to keep in mind, for these words you always use the verb singular. Everyone is selfish, everyone, so the word is indefinite, so the verb uses singular. No smoking or drinking is allowed, mean no one is allowed to drink or smoke. Again, no one, so it is the verb singular. Every man and woman is required to check in, every is used, so the verb used is singular. Then rule number 8, when any of, few, many, several, both, all, some, in any of these words is used with a countable noun, the verb is plural, and if these words are used with uncountable noun, the verb will be singular. आपको ये चीज याद रखनी है कि अगर इनमें से कोई भी वर्ड अगर काउंटेबल नाउन के साथ यूज है तो वर्ब आपका प्लूरल होगा, और अगर ये वर्ड्स अनकाउंटेबल नाउन के साथ हैं तो वर्ब क्या होगा, सिंगुलर. Now for example, some men are needed for the battle, so for this some we are using the word men. Now these men is the countable noun, so the verb is plural. But in second example, some milk is spoiled. Now with this some, milk noun is used and milk is uncountable, so verb is singular. So with these words, if the countable noun is there, then verb will be plural, and if uncountable noun is there, then verb will be singular. Then rule number 9. In sentences beginning with here or there, the true subjects follow the verb. Now if the sentence are beginning with the here and there, so you have to look upon that for what these here and there are being used. If this here and there word is used for a singular noun, then the verb will be singular, and if this here and there word is used for a plural noun, the verb will be plural. There are 4 hurdles to jump. Now there is referring to these hurdles. So hurdles are plural, so verb is are. There is a high hurdle to jump. So now there is referring to the hurdle. Now this hurdle is singular, so the verb is singular. That is. Here are the keys. Now in this sentence, here is referring to the keys. Now keys are plural, so the verb used is plural. Then rule number 10. Use a singular verb with distances, period of time, sum of money, etc. when considered as a unit. अगर ये verb time या distance या money अगर as a unit consider कर रहे हैं तो verb singular होगा, और अगर वो as a unit consider नहीं हो रहा है तब वो verb plural होगा. 3 miles is too far to walk, कि 3 माइल डिस्टेंस बहुत ज्यादा होता है. लेकिन मैं अगर मैं कहता हूँ कि स्टिल देयर आर 5 किलोमीटर्स टू वॉक, कि अभी भी 5 किलोमीटर पड़े हुए हैं, तो देन वी आर यूजिंग दैट 5 किलोमीटर्स एज ए डिफरेंट यूनिट, बट हियर वी 3 miles is using as a single unit, so the verb is 5 years is the maximum sentence for that offense. So here 5 years is referring to as a single unit, that is as a sentence. This saza sentence means saja. This 5 year is referring to a single unit, so the verb is singular. That is this. $10 is a high price to pay. Again, this $10 is referring to a single unit, that is the price of that thing. But अगर मैं कहता हूँ कि $10 were scattered on the floor, कि मतलब $10 हो सकता है, $1, $2 और $5 इस तरह के नोट उनके पड़े हों. So we are referring here the different notes, that is the different bills. So they are the plural. Then we will use the plural verb. But if they are using as a singular unit, then the verb used will be singular. Then rule number 9. If the noun after of is singular, use a singular verb, and if it is plural, use a plural verb. Mean you have to look upon the noun after the word of. If after the word of the noun is singular, then verb will be singular, and if the noun after of the word of is plural, then verb will be plural. A lot of pie has disappeared. After of there is the pie. Noun is singular, so the verb is singular. A lot of pies have been disappeared. Now here after of we have the plural verb, so the plural noun, so the verb is the plural. A third of city is unemployed. So after of singular noun, the verb is singular. A third of people are unemployed. After of the noun is plural, so the verb is plural. So you need to see that whether after the word of the noun is singular or plural, then you need to use the verb as per the noun. Then rule number 12. Now collective nouns may be singular or plural depending on their use in the sentence, depending upon the writer's intent. We usually refer to the singular verb for the collective nouns, but sometimes it may be singular or plural, that depend upon the writer's intent. कलेक्टिव नाउन होता है जो हम किसी ग्रुप को एक नाम दे देते हैं, जैसे आर्मी, क्राउड, ऑडियंस, कुछ भी. Like the orchestra is playing a hit song. No, orchestra is playing a hit song. Here orchestra means we are referring the orchestra as a single unit, that band which is playing the song. As a whole we are talking about. But here in second part, the orchestra were asked to give their musical backgrounds. Here we are talking about each and every individual that is involved in the orchestra. That may be a drummer, that may be a flute player, that could be a guitar player, it could be anything. Here in second part we are referring the different persons, but in first part we are referring the orchestra as a single unit. So I already told you that collective noun may be a singular or plural, that again depend upon the writer's intent. A third of population was not in favor or were not in favor of the will. Again, that depend upon the writer's intent, what it is talking about. So verb may be singular or plural, but usually we follow the singular noun, singular verb. Then last rule number 13, last but not the least, because we have number of rules, as I have already told you that this topic is confined to the lower classes, so we have only 13 rules here, but number of rules are there. So last but not the least, the word were replaces was in sentences that express a wish or contrary to the fact. Means if you are wishing something or which is not the fact at present, so we use were in place of was. If Joe were here, you would be sorry. Mean Joe is not here. You are just wishing that he should be here. So we use were with Joe. I wish it were Friday. Although it is not Friday, we are just wishing that it should be a Friday. So we are wishing. So in spite of was, we are using were. So these are the rules for subject verb agreement. So subject verb agreement is essential to make sure that a sentence is grammatically correct. Thus, these above 13 rules can help you to master subject verb agreement. These are the basic rules which are going to be very helpful for your grammar. So I think कि आप सबको ये क्लियर हो गया होगा कि सब्जेक्ट वर्ब एग्रीमेंट क्या है और वर्ब क्या है. तो मैंने आपको बताया कि दिस टॉपिक इज वेरी हेल्पफुल फॉर ऑल क्लासेस, बट आई हैव मेड दिस फॉर ओनली फॉर 8th और 9th क्लासेस. सो लिटिल बिट हमने कुछ टॉपिक जो है इसमें जैसे मोडाल्स हम सेपरेटली डिस्कस कर सकते हैं. जो ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब्स हैं लाइक इन प्राइमरी वर्ब्स फाइनाइट नॉन फाइनाइट वर्ब, वो हम सेपरेट टॉपिक में डिस्कस करेंगे. बट फॉर लोअर क्लासेस इट इज सफिशिएंट. आई थिंक I have made myself very clear to all of you. In case जो है अब आपको as I already told you that there is a well said proverb that is practice makes a man perfect. So now you should practice and revise it at home. In case you have any doubt, you have my number, you can contact me and you can send me your queries. So I will meet you with next topic very soon. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.